Yeah, we just got down here, and we've been having this problem with our electric bill being so high. And we haven't been here since middle of December, and it's the middle of January. And we were like, why is it so high? I couldn't figure it out, you know? So we unplugged everything in the camper. We left the dehumidifier going just for obvious reasons. Unplugged everything. Unplugged the extension cords that weren't even running anything. Got back, went to park the van right here. And when I got out, I heard water running. I thought, oh my God. So I looked down inside the well, which is right here. And it was running, but nothing was, leaking down there. So I came into the pump house. I'll flip this around and show you what I saw. Blew the filter right off of it. I assume it froze and busted it. Here's the ring. But all the safety stuff I put in at the check valve worked. I got to go get the stuff. I'm gonna finish. We're putting plywood around the walls to hang stuff. I got to put the plywood on this wall, and then all this pump and the pressure tank and all that stuff. It goes up off the floor in here. But the pump ran for probably a month and a half. So there's good news with that and bad news. The good news is it didn't burn the pump up. Pump kept running. It's a shallow well pump that's probably got 11 feet of water over it. That being said, that pump ran for probably nonstop at least 3 weeks. Going through 1.25 inch line. Luckily, underneath this pump house is another cavity that has a drain to it that goes out into the earth. So I get it might make it back to the pump, but I don't think it does. But anyway, the other good news is we can't run out of water. I mean, it ran that long. But I got to get this place insulated. I got to get some heat lamps in here or something and get this pump moved. And there's no temporary fix for tonight, so I'm without water the way it looks. Or maybe I can bypass it. I don't know. Stay tuned. So I got a list of stuff I need to get. I made a video of all the stuff that I have there. I got a couple pieces of pipe in my pocket to make sure I get the right sizes. I mean, I know what it is, but it's always nice to have that there, you know. And one of the things you gotta love about being in a rural community, there's no big box store down the street. So I'm gonna run to the closest community that's got one. Probably get something to eat, and I don't have anything else to do. It's almost 5 o'clock. I should be back by 6:37. I just work through the night and get the water going. Got a meeting tomorrow now at 11:45 in Athens, and I gotta get my driver's license. So I'm trying to get as much done as I can. Most of the time that means, work with the daylight, but this is an inside job, so I guess I'll have light. So I'll keep you posted. So I haven't been able to film because it's dark out here, you can see. I'm working by a light, Harbor Freight light, by the way, it's good stuff. But what I've done thus far is, I'll flip this around and show you. So this is the water coming in. Got it going through 2 filters. It'll come out of this filter into that pump, out of that pump, and into this pressure tank, out of that pressure tank, back into the system. That being said, there's a pump down in the well that's going to push it up to the first set of filters. The second pump's going to pressurize the pressure tank. And fingers crossed I got enough pieces. I'm starting to run out of stuff and just trying to make it work at this point. So yeah, it's almost like a water system you'd have in your home. 20 gallons. I can't see the pressure gauge. If I'm honest with you, I don't care that much. I'll put this over here, maybe I can see. I ain't gonna be able to see that. So anyway, water comes in, goes through 2 filters. This one's more like of a grit filter, and this one's a fine filter. Comes in, goes to pump number 1, in pump 1, out pump 1, through the red line down there into the pressure tank. That gray box in the middle is the switch. When the pressure goes down, it turns them on. White line comes out, switches back to red into the system. This line down here goes to the camper. This line over here goes out to a hose bib I got outside. Not real fancy. It could be a whole lot cleaner in here, I guess, but didn't have a whole lot of time and could have used about a handful more fittings. So, real quick on the way down here, I got some less than what I wanted news. Not bad news, just not great. And for the whole, 8 hours, you know. Well, not 8 hours, probably about 4 hours of that was, you know, God, this sucks. Why do we keep waiting? Why you make us wait? Blah, blah, blah. When I went to get these parts, I noticed right down the road from here, there's a tree down, a pine tree. It's probably a couple feet in diameter, and there's one next to it about 2 foot in diameter also that snapped right in the middle. And I've seen billboards down. Not a whole lot of damage here locally. I'm sure they've cleaned it up. And we got a few trees down, nothing major. But, you know, here I am complaining about, woe is me. But, you know, the camper's still here. The shed didn't blow over. There's nothing, no real damage other than this. And I mean, our electric bill is higher than I wanted, but such is life. So tomorrow when the sun's up, I'll fix that ball valve outside the camper. Clean this mess up a little bit better. Maybe put some more insulation around this door and come up with some kind of heat source for in here. Because, I mean, we got 2x6 walls that are packed full of insulation, waterproof membrane over top of that, and then plastic over top of that. And then in some spots I got this plywood, but that's just to hang stuff on. Like it's not really functional. We've got plenty of outlets in here. Got 2 there, and technically got a 4-gang or a double and a single up there. Not real sure how I'm going to heat this yet. And honestly, it don't have to be real hot. I need something with a thermostat, or just seal the door up a lot better. But the problem with insulation is once it gets cold, it stays cold. You know what I mean? It becomes a cooler. So we'll come up with something. But for right now, it's time to clean up. Get mess I can get cleaned up in the dark, and then hit it again tomorrow. So got it all hooked up. We're operating at like 80 pounds of pressure, which is unheard of. And everything in the pump house is staying pretty dry. I had a filter that I had too tight. If you put the filters on too tight, you got some real problems. The O-ring will walk out from underneath of it. Huge mistake. So anyway, it's pretty dark, working by lantern. Always a party, you know. Well, what else am I gonna do? Take a nap? I doubt it. So just gotta clean up my mess. I'm gonna come here and check on this. I do have a ball valve to replace that with. I'm not gonna do it tonight. Do it in the morning. I'll flip this around here so you guys can see what we're looking at.